everyone, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back in another video, and I am here now as a 25-year-old. The day has come. Well, the day came about a week ago because I turned 25 last week. If you guys saw my community post, I posted some of my birthday photos on there. By the way, thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. I was not expecting my community post to get that much engagement, so I really do appreciate you guys that wish me happy birthday and sent well wishes. And yeah, if you've been watching the channel for at least the past couple of months, I've talked about how daunting turning 25 has felt. Like I just, I was taking it hard, I'm not gonna lie, because as a lot of us, right, like we have these certain goals, certain milestones that we want to hit before we get to a certain age. And for me, 25 was always like the age that I wanted to have certain things in place in terms of like a full-time job and being moved out, being on my own, being in a relationship and working towards, marriage. And, I was coming to that realization that life hadn't quite panned out the way that I wanted it to. And I was having a really hard time accepting that. And I basically spent this entire year kind of just grieving the ending of relationships, the ending of jobs, and also grieving the life that I thought I would have at this time, and just coming to terms with where I am and coming to the realization of like, maybe having to pivot, and, change some things and just trying to wrap my mind around everything because y'all know I'm very hard on myself and, I have a lot of stuff that I want to accomplish, and I'm kind of in this weird phase of my life right now, which I guess anyone that's in their early to mid 20s kind of goes through this, where all of your friends and all of your peers and people that you went to school with and people that are just like within your age range, everybody has a lot of stuff going on, right? And you have people that are getting engaged and getting married and having kids. You have people that are moving into their first apartments or their second apartments. People are in different phases of their life. And for me, it was really challenging seeing people around me reach my goals sooner than I was. And I did fall into that comparison trap of, oh, all of my friends have these great amazing jobs and they're doing so well in life, and I'm nowhere near where they are. And I really started to feel like I have failed, like I failed myself. And it really started to hit hard. And the closer I got to 25, I just felt a lot of dread and regret. A lot of regret about decisions that I made or didn't make, people that I involved myself with, and just sitting and reflecting, right, over the entirety of my 20s, right, and just figuring out what to do or where to go from here, right? And I was hoping that once I turned 25, that maybe that insane amount of pressure that I put on myself would kind of subside, because it's like, okay, well, now it's here, right? Like now I am officially 25 years old. Like I'm here now. No, I may not be where I want to be, but now I'm here. And now that pressure of, oh, I have to do these things by 25, it's not there anymore. It doesn't exist anymore because now I'm already here. And so I was hoping that as I turn 25, that that pressure that I had would subside. And honestly, I can say that it has subsided, but I feel like it's because, listen, life is funny. Life is funny, and the universe has, a funny sense of humor. And I do have some things happening right now behind the scenes. And if everything pans out, which if it feels like it is, then it is going to literally change everything for me. Because, people always talk about, God's timing, right? And how, we may want things to happen a certain way or on a certain timeline, but it doesn't always align with what God wants for us, right? And sometimes what He wants for us, requires a different path or a different timeline. And sometimes it's even bigger and better than what we could have ever imagined. And I feel like that is currently what I'm experiencing. Again, if everything pans out and everything turns out, like this opportunity that I have would literally change my life, and it would honestly make all of the struggles that I went through in the past couple of years worth it. And so again, I can't say what it is, of course, until it's all said and done, but I'm praying that everything works out with this, and it can lead me to amazing things. But yeah, I feel like this new opportunity that's coming into play is a big reason why I feel so at ease, because it's like, okay, things seem to be working out rather quickly after I've turned 25. But all in all, though, I do feel much better. I feel a sense of relief now that I'm here. And I know it's funny because people say that 25 is when your brain is fully developed, and I've definitely definitely have seen people say like, yeah, like the minute it turned midnight, I felt it. I felt my brain developing. I don't know if I can say, it was like that immediate of a thing. And again, I don't know if how I'm feeling is largely in part of the opportunity that I am currently pursuing behind the scenes. But I can say, at least for right now, that I do feel a sense of calmness, and I feel like I have a lot more clarity as to how to move forward, right? Obviously I can't go back in the past and change certain decisions that I made, or, continue to blame myself for certain things. Like, all I can do now is move forward. And so now that I am officially in my mid 20s, what does that now look like? What does that look like now with the life experiences that I have had, and the clarity that I do have with certain things? And I'm not gonna lie, as I'm now sitting back and reflecting on things, I do feel like, things are making more sense, and I am able to make sense of certain things. I'm also able to come to terms and make peace with certain things that I was having a really hard time doing before. And maybe that has something to do with the brain development as well. Like, you're able to kind of, put things into a different perspective, and you're able to look at things in a more healthy way. I think I've been on this emotional roller coaster for years because of everything that's been going on and everything that's been happening. And I've just been trying to make sense of it all. And I feel like I'm now at a point where things are starting to make sense, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better about things. And so, yeah, I'm officially in a new age bracket, when I'm filling out applications. Like, I'm now in that 25 to 30 bracket instead of the 18 to 24. Again, it doesn't feel real that I'm 25. It is funny because, I kid you not, in the past 2 weeks I've had people question my age. I was at a wedding event, which, oh, by the way, side note, I do have a vlog that I'm going to be posting on my Patreon and for members only over here. I was going to post it for everybody, but there's a lot of copyrighted music in it, and I feel like muting the certain parts that have the music in it is going to take away from the overall enjoyment of the vlog. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it for members only. I think I'm going to keep a lot of my vlogs, a lot of my like personal behind the scenes content for members only and for Patreon. So if you guys are interested in checking out my vlogs, feel free to sign up for the membership. I'll also will probably drop a short snippet of the vlog for everybody to see, and then if you're interested in watching the full thing, you can sign up for Patreon or become a member on my channel. But yeah, so I was at this wedding event, and someone had asked me if I was old enough to be there and I'm like, yeah, I'm one of the oldest people in the room, or maybe not one of the oldest people in the room, but I was definitely like among the older folks even though I may not look like it. And then I had a brunch for my birthday weekend, and the lady at the restaurant said, oh, hey, how old are you turning? 10? Listen, look, I know I look young. Okay, I know I look young. I've gotten, what grade are you in? I've gotten, what year are you in college? Like, people still think that I'm in college. I'm okay with that, right? But to say that I look like I'm turning 10 is a stretch. Okay? It is a stretch. But no, the lady at the restaurant was cool. I wasn't like too offended, but I'm like, dang, that's twice in the past 2 weeks that people have questioned if I'm even of age. I feel like people too come onto this channel and people think that I'm like super young and like I'm still in high school, and it's like, no, I have a whole college degree. I've literally made many videos about the fact that I have a college degree. But I digress. Yeah, so, I guess we'll see what the rest of my 20s have in store. Hopefully, it is much better than the first half of my 20s. I feel like no one prepared me for the trials and tribulations of being in your early 20s. I feel like people make it seem like your early 20s are the best years of your life and you're just living it up and doing whatever. And maybe it's just the state of the world that we're in today, and the political climate and the economy and the job market and all these different factors that maybe contributes to the fact that for a lot of us, our 20s have just been a struggle. And I feel like my 20s have been a struggle, and for so long I felt like that like was a bad thing, or that I was in the minority of people that were struggling, and that I was like missing out, and just feeling like, why am I so confused, and why is nothing working out, and why do I feel like I keep making all these bad decisions. But I've now come to realize, in talking to both people my age, but then also people that are a little bit older than me, that everybody actually goes through this. Like, it's actually normal that people in their early 20s feel like life is just like, whoa, like what in the world is going on? What am I doing with my life? Apparently that is normal. The quarter life crisis is normal, and it's something that everybody goes through. I just wish that I would have been warned a little bit better about it, because I feel like no one told me about it until I got to this point. I feel like leading up to this point, I feel like people make it seem like, okay, like you go to college, you get your job straight out of college, and everything just works out. But clearly that did not happen for me, and it didn't happen for a lot of people. And so, I do appreciate the ones who did extend grace and just validated me in feeling like, okay, what in the world is going on? And yeah, so here's to a new chapter, a new phase in my life. Again, I'm hoping that 25 goes a little bit better, and again, with the things that I have going on in the background, is looking like it's gonna be great. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I kind of just wanted to pop back in and let you guys know what was going on, because I know I also haven't been as consistent over here, but I'm definitely going to be cranking out more videos, both on this channel and my gaming channels. If you guys are interested in seeing me play games, I have a couple of gameplays on my channel that I need to finish. But I have like Walking Dead content. I have a lot of indie horror over there. FNAF, anyone that's FNAF fans out there, I do have some FNAF content as well. I'm also going to be dropping a Dress to Impress gameplay soon. So yeah, a lot of great things in store. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And again, if everything pans out with this new opportunity, I can't wait to share that with you all, because it's great. It's looking great. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We actually just hit 30K, and I want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.